Activity. Your activity meter is how much you are active with the game and how much you interact with the game. The activity meter counts toward your ranking up for combat class possibility. There's a couple things to note here with activity, however, I'm going to keep it in the most simple terms. If you want me to, I can go more into detail, but I don't think it's really necessary. I think conveying the overall point is the best for this particular time. So, for your activity, the more you interact with the game by giving it voice commands, most especially, as opposed to auto-fighting, is going to account more towards your activity and possibly going up in combat class. There's a lot of other stuff that is involved, however, we're going to keep it at the most basic terms. If you give the voice command my activity, it'll let you know a couple things. The first thing is a certain number out of 14. This number, the higher, goes a long way towards either leveling up to the next combat class or at least going up within the combat class you're in, making your way towards the next combat class. It will not guarantee it, however, the higher this number, the greater the possibility. As we said, there's much more that goes into ranking up, however, I'm going to keep it at most basic terms. So for example, if it says you're 9 out of 14, well, to improve that, you must interact with the game more, giving it voice commands, going about the game as you would normally. Fighting will give you the most activity. The more you fight throughout the week, the greater this number may be, and the greater the chance that you will go up in combat class. Again, this will not guarantee it, however, the possibility increases the more that you fight. There's a lot more that goes into it, as I said, but we're going to keep this on basic level for comprehension purposes. Do not auto-fight as much. Auto-fight will go towards your activity, however, it's a small amount. Interacting annually by giving voice commands is your best bet. So if you want to increase that number out of 14, do all these things on a consistent basis and daily, you're more likely to bring that number up. When you say my activity, the second thing you're going to hear is your current combat class and the percentage. This lets you know how far you are in to that combat class out of 100%. Once you reach that 100%, it will bring you up to the next combat class. It is possible to have such a high activity through the week that you can skip a combat class, especially one of the lower ones. But do not bank on this. Also, any excess percent that you go up in combat class will go towards the next combat class. For example, let's say you're 80% through night, and then as you rank up, it says you're 30% through the next class. That means you went up to 20% to go to the next class, but you did enough activity to further go 30% into the next one. I hope you follow this. As I said, to reiterate one last time, there's a lot more that goes into ranking up, but most basic here, at least for the time being, unless you guys want a further, deeper explanation, which does get more complicated. The following are combat classes and their different perks, in order. Scout. Gain more experience during daily adventures. Corporal. Daily adventure requires less energy. Sergeant. Speed increases by 5%. Senior Sergeant. Luck increases by 5%. First Sergeant. A 10% discount at the blacksmith. Knight. Gain more honor points by winning battles. Bloodguard. Defense increases by 5%. Legionnaire, 10% more experience during battle. Centurion, Strength increases 5%. Champion. King will reward more diamonds. Commander. Your serfs will make 10% more gold. And then you have General. General allows you to buy and use the Bowshot epic ability. Warlord allows you to buy and use the epic ability Drain Life. And lastly, High Warlord allows you to buy and use Curse of Agony. Combat class ranking occurs every Wednesday at noon Central European Time, 11 a.m. UK time, 6 a.m. Eastern United States Time, 3 a.m. Pacific United States Time. Please adjust your time zone if needed. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, today. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below letting me know what you think. Until next time, please remember, may legends be born.